Hi, everybody. Lisa here with Do Something Indy and For the Love of Speedway. And it's just such a beautiful night. I had to sit outside. It's just so gorgeous. I hope you guys are getting to enjoy this beautiful weather like I am from the front porch. But I am super excited about tonight's show. Coming back with Do Something Indie and focusing on people who are doing good things in their communities. And our first show back is about the Speedway Hometown Parade. Who doesn't love a parade? Seriously, you guys, parades are the best hometown experience, the best community experience, the best experience for kids. And you guys, I am ready to go. I've got my flag. I have my cowbell over there. I didn't want to bombard you with a cowbell
Lisa here with Do Something Indy.
But here we go. Here's my interview with Gina Grove, who is the founder of the Speedway Hometown Parade. Producer Johnny, take it away.
We're back. We finally have another show, and I am like super excited about this one. So, Speedway, Indiana is going to have a brand new parade, and it is called the Speedway Hometown Parade. And we have Gina Grove with us, who has started this initiative and this mission to get this parade off the ground. So, Gina, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, I am too. And so for anyone who knows me, and I have my IMS shirt on, worked at IMS for a long time, lived in Speedway for a long time, moved here for motorsports 28 years ago. So for me, it's like Speedway is in my blood, right? But I am also the biggest fan of parades. Like, I have so many amazing memories of parades as a kid that when I saw that you guys were doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to be a part of this somehow, especially with my little brand, For the Love of Speedway.
Yes.
So, tell me first how you even came up with this idea.
Well, like you, I, for some reason, have this love for parades. I just think that they bring so much joy to a small town like Speedway. I grew up in a small town. It wasn't Speedway, but we always had a parade every fall, and it was a homecoming parade, but similar to what I'm trying to do here in Speedway. And it's just a way to celebrate all the amazing people and all the amazing things that we have going on. And it just brings me joy.
Yeah. Okay. So you grew up in a small town. Did you grow up in Danville?
Yes.
Yeah. So I grew up in a small town as well. In fact, my hometown is the same size population wise to Speedway.
Yeah.
Has the same phone number prefix, which is kind of crazy for the landlines. Made me think, oh my gosh, I'm at home. I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
But when I grew up in a 2-college town. And so they rotated homecomings. And so every other year, the home field advantage would be one school. And then the next year, and then with the homecoming parade, they shifted who got to be at the front of the parade every year based on who was the home team, which was crazy. But the best part of it for me was one of the homes we lived in, the band would warm up on the block in front of my house.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. So tell me some of your favorite hometown parade memories.
Yes. Well, probably when I was in like Little League cheerleading, I loved to, get my cheerleader uniform on, and we got to ride on a big trailer and ride in the parade. And I loved being able to throw candy out and just be in the center of attention like every kid wants to be, So that was really fun. And then in high school, it was fun to be on in the homecoming court. We each got to ride along in a convertible. So that was super special and fun. And then, now I get to go back out there as an aunt and see my nieces and nephews ride in the parade and the people I graduated with. So it's really a good time.
So when you started planning this, what were some of those things, some of the components of your fond memories that you wanted to make sure that you included in this event?
Yeah, definitely the candy throwing, because that is something that gets the kids excited to come to see a parade, right? They don't necessarily read who everyone is that's entered in the parade, but they want to fill their, I mean, I see kids with umbrellas opened up and they catch all the candy in their umbrellas.
Yeah.
So they leave with a ton of candy. So that was definitely one thing that I just thought is so fun for any kid that's going to come and watch it. But really, when I think about Speedway, I just think we have so many amazing people in this town and in this community who are doing such good things.
Yeah.
And they don't get the recognition very often. So I wanted to incorporate all of those school groups, all of those small business owners, all those people that are just kind of going the extra mile. And I wanted to make sure they were highlighted in this parade.
Yeah. I love that so much. So it's really about bringing community together.
Yes.
So tell me about how you kind of got it started as from a business perspective. You're a 501c3, right?
Yes. So when I first had the idea, I bounced it out there into social media, and we have in Speedway, we have an amazing like women's town of Speedway Facebook group. And a lot of times if I have a question or need a recommendation, I just hop on there, and the women in this town are so supportive. And so right away I got on there and I said, who would be interested in doing this crazy idea with me? And honestly, I took the top 4 people who got right back to me pretty quickly. And those women and I have formed this committee, and we're all moms in this town. We all have kids in the school system or just about to be, and we're all pretty heavily involved. One's a small business owner. So actually,
got to name them. This is a good platform to do that.
Okay, awesome. So we've got Lane Warner. She is a photographer here in Speedway, has 2 little preschool kids, and is your daughter. And then Melissa Fath, Cook, and she is also a small business owner. She is a hairstylist and has kids in the school district. And then we have Christina Young, who has a couple of kids in the school district, and she's a working mom too. So the 4 of us have created a little committee, and we work together to make it a nonprofit, and here we are.
I love it so much. So tell me about the support from all of the other organizations in town, because it's been pretty big, wouldn't you say?
Yes. We had, 39 sponsors in total. And it's blown me away. I've had people just ask me, can I support you? Can I be a part of this? And, I reached out to a lot, but I had people ask me and reach out to me. So it's really cool because I see that this is something that other people want to see in our town, and these businesses who, they work so hard, but they want to give back and show support to the community and to this little parade. And I'm so appreciative.
So are you going to typical components, like is the Speedway marching band going to be a part of it and all that? Give us an idea of what the makeup of the parade's going to look like.
Yes, we will have a small community band in the parade. Unfortunately, the high school marching band isn't able to make it for this weekend that the parade is. I know, I'm super bummed out, but it was a scheduling conflict, so we couldn't work around. But yeah, so the fire trucks will be in it. They'll bring up the tail end of the parade and hopefully honk their horns and turn their sirens on and all that fun stuff. The Lions Club has been a huge support financially, and they'll be in the parade as well. They do so much for our schools especially, but just our community in general.
Yeah, so tell me about the parade route, because I know it's not what people would typically think. So when I was growing up, all of our parades went straight down Main Street, and you guys made the choice to actually go through the community. So give us an idea of what that's going to look like.
Yeah, we just wanted to show off our neighborhoods and go right down the neighborhood streets where people are living every day and walking to school. So we will be starting. We got permission from IMS to use Lot 9 as kind of our staging area to start the parade, and that's where we'll get everybody lined up. And so that is over there, kind of by the American Legion Georgetown and 21st Street to be exact.
Yeah.
So that's where the parade will start. So we'll go over 21st Street until Winton Avenue, and then turn and go north on Winton Avenue all the way until Lyndhurst. We'll cross over Lyndhurst and end at the high school parking lot.
That is awesome. I love it so much. So you're really giving all of these people that are participating in this parade a chance to walk through the neighborhoods and communities that they serve,
Yeah.
which is just awesome. So give me an idea too. You shared some about the support. You've gotten a lot of really great support and funding. So you have a lot of sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel to kind of approach that part of this project, and just kind of being hopeful that you would secure enough to be able to actually get it done? And then how did it feel when I think you kind of went over the top? So
Yeah. I have never enjoyed that part of, asking for money. When my kids have fundraisers, I'd much rather just pay the bottom line and not ask all my neighbors for money. So that was a challenge for me personally. But I just tried to speak from the heart, and I found that it was better when I went person to person and face to face in some of these businesses, which was tricky because you don't want to go at a time where they're really busy, or you don't want to bother anyone. But when I talked to these business owners, they were just as excited once they heard what my idea was and what we were trying to do, and it was just really incredible to see. And then once, I think social media was a good platform for us, because I started sharing each time we got a new sponsor.
Yeah.
I would share who the latest sponsor is, and it seemed to kind of get some momentum. And that's when I had some people reach out to me and say, we want to sponsor this. And what was really special was we had a couple of families that wanted to sponsor in memory of a family member who had passed away. And I didn't expect that. So that was really neat that they felt like this was a good way to honor that person.
I was looking at it today, actually, and I think that's such a special component, especially if it's a generational Speedway family that
Yes.
really has deep roots in the town, and it's a way for them to honor their family members. So I think that was really, really special. I know when I saw it, and I have my little brand, For the Love of Speedway. So I give a good part of what I make with all the things that I make and sell under that brand to other nonprofits. So it helps support our Mars Hill Art Center, which is where I am right now. It also helps support the St. Christopher Food Pantry. I give a portion to that. But this year, when I saw you were doing that, because we hadn't gotten those funds yet, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to do with my extra. Like, I just felt like it was necessary for me to contribute in that way. And it just does my heart good, because I have such fond memories of parades and how it just makes kids and families feel. It's just kind of like that quote, everybody loves a parade, or all the world loves a parade, right? Yeah. So, okay, so what's next? What, obviously it hasn't happened yet. Let's take a second to stop right here. Give us the details. Date, time, location.
Sure. It's going to be on Sunday, September 24th, which again, that might seem a little different for most people. Again, that was scheduling conflicts. Saturday was pretty heavy with sports and athletics here in town. So it'll be Sunday, September 24th at 4 p.m. And like I said, it'll start at 21st in Georgetown and end at the high school.
What can you think of that you would do different next year? And what are your plans for next year?
Yeah. I want to see, we have a lot of participants so far, but I kind of want to see like how long it takes for that many participants to go this route. It's less than a mile long, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be that long. So I kind of want to judge based on the distance and how many people are in the parade. But I, of course, would love to see this grow into something that's just, it's tradition. It has to happen every year. People look forward to it. They plan for it, and they plan around it. And eventually I'd love for it to be a longer parade and kind of do more of a straight route through the town.
Yeah.
But as far as things I've learned so far, it's been logistics. It's been, the communication and the way I'm organizing things on my end, and just the best way to handle those things and keep myself organized.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot.
And I am sure that will continue until you get past that day of the actual event.
Yes.
Like when I worked at IMS, every year after the race, we would have meetings about all the things that went well, all the things that didn't go well, and all that. And you learn every time. Look, they've been doing the Indy 500, and they learn something every single race. So, well, I applaud you. I will tell you, I still to this day recall the first, I think it was the July 4th parade that they used to do just through a few streets in Old Speedway, so down 15th Street, and they would have a race car, and there was a unity band of like 15 people, and I was like, what in the world am I hearing? And I walk out and I see this little parade coming down my street, and oh my gosh, I wanted to cry. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I just think it's the greatest thing. I can't wait to be a part of it. You talked about throwing the candy. For the Love of Speedway is going to have a trailer behind my husband's truck, and we're going to be throwing candy. And then I've also said, I don't know if I said this to you, but any vendors that don't want to walk or can't walk, if they want to ride with us and throw candy, they're welcome to. It's a really big, nice trailer.
I want to say I appreciate your enthusiasm. This is one of those things that I have wanted to do in this little town for so long, just growing up in a town that had one every year. I just thought, we've got to do this here in Speedway. There's so many opportunities to, share and highlight what we have going on. And so when I hear other people excited about it and planning for it, it makes me excited that I'm not the only one that feels this way.
I love it. Grove. Thank you so much for having the inspiration and the fortitude to actually get it done. So, which goes right with the name of this show, Do Indy. So you had a passion, you wanted to give back in a way, and you figured out a way to do something. So thank you.
Thank you. And I couldn't have done it without my helpers. So thank you to Christina and to Melissa and to Lane.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you so much.
So Christina, Melissa, Lane, and Gina have gotten this done, and they took the initiative to come together as a group of women to provide an amazing experience for the town of Speedway. And you guys, I can't wait. Like I have my For the Love of Speedway shirt on. I literally cannot wait. And if you couldn't tell from the interview, I am a fan of parades, and it just brings community together. So I'm going to have the candy ready. We're going to have the cowbell going, and it's just going to be a fun night. So follow along, go on to all of the social channels. We've posted all of the sponsors on Facebook in the comments of this show. And I also have a full written story of my interview with Gina, and just the story of how this came to be. So go check that out as well. Follow Do Something Indy, and we can't wait to see you at the Speedway Town Parade. And we will see you again on this show soon. We have some other great guests lined up. So you guys live the Do Something Indy mantra. Get out and do something good in your community. Thanks for watching.